that.
That's okay.
So it's the little circle button right here.
Right.
And we're just pretty much going to let
it
it
run.
Is
it a GoPro?
It's an altered GoPro.
Oh, okay.
It's altered to be able to see those infrared lights. It has a separate lens in there. And that's an upgrade, and now we're up to 10 LEDs. If you turn that thing around, like look at it like you're going to take a selfie, you can see all the lights. So there's 4 here, 2 here, and 4 here.
Okay.
Now this one, I'm going to block it just because it's super bright. It's night vision.
Okay.
I don't use that because it just draws attention from the other tourists. I'd rather use the invisible shit that they can't see.
Okay.
So you got to get the gist of that, right? I need to get that shirt from you when we leave. Just so you know.
The Cobra Kai shirt. I got it online.
Okay, so shall we go all the way around again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow you.
Okay.
Just like you said, you can't see it sometimes, but just keep going.
I just really want to go this way.
If you're feeling it, go that way. If we go to the next spot, you want to switch it up and you can follow me around?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do that now?
If your hand's hurting.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, give me the green laser.
Okay.
You cannot drop this.
I will not.
Back. Okay, where's the... This is on? Where's the green laser?
The green one, you have a button.
This one?
Yep.
Like this?
Yep. Ooh.
Oh.
Sometimes I think when a bug flies by, it looks like an orb.
Oh. Nothing yet?
Nope.
I saw something right at the beginning. When you walked over there.
Go back over there.
There's a little green dot in the middle. That's what you're looking for, is just like something interrupting the waving.
Like an orb.
Just gonna circle the whole...
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's try this engine.
Okay. Nope.
I'm just gonna walk the fence line.
Not really. The only thing is like seeing like little fly by. It's hard to know if it's a bug or an orb.
Most of them will be, but I analyzed pretty much every one of them. That
We're gonna start still though.
All right, guys, let's get you some answers. Come on back.
All right.
Go ahead and kill the laser.
Click that thing. Yeah, there you go.
Right,
So I turn this off?
No.
No, we're gonna leave that running.
Okay.
So, unless of course you're gonna point it at the ground, then we'll shut it off.
Yeah.
If you want to be comfortable, yeah, let's just do that. So, welcome to Philadelphia Alley. I remember that one because that's exactly where Eliza's buried, is Philadelphia. So this used to be called Dueller's Alley. This is where the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. We all tell the story of one specific duel because we can actually prove it. I obviously tell the story a lot differently because you're ghost hunting. This isn't just a ghost story. You're going to need all of those specific clues and all the little details of the things that they're not telling you about. So, what do you have? You get very I'm not going to write it down yet, but don't mind me. So, here's how the story goes. A doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. He moves here because his fiancée Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with that money. He thinks that the doctor is just after Amanda's cash, and he tells Amanda to get rid of him. So the doctor moves to Charleston to prove that he's not after Amanda's money. As he's coming into town, the coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. He had a gunman inside of where he was supposed to be staying at, and he was going to rob and kill him. He just graduated med school. Looks like he's got a lot of cash. Somebody walking by, his name is Ralph Isaacs. Excuse me, I'm going to stop on Ralph for just a second because Ralph has the same initials as to where the doctor came from. Ralph Isaacs, Rhode Island. R.I. shows up here all the time. So, with that said, I never know which one it belongs to because the doctor and Ralph are the two main characters. We always need that secondary clue. So, with that said, Ralph says, dude, you can't stay here. He's got a gunman inside. I know this guy. But I got some friends at 59 Church Street. Stay there, rent a room from them, and you can see it. You're good to go. So the doctor takes him up on the offer, and Ralph and the doctor become friends. The doctor's practice begins to take off. He's making his own money now. So, with that, he becomes known as the Whistling Doctor because Amanda's moving down soon. Now, every haunted city you're ever going to visit in the future has a cliched whistling ghost. I can almost guarantee you that. Ours just happens to be a doctor. Let's go with it. So, yeah, I think I've heard a whistling ghost story before. But anyway, him and Ralph go see plays together, but the doctor gets better seats because he's part of the high society now. He's the doctor of the town. So he gets better seats. They talk about these plays on the way home. They start talking about William III. And the actress that was in town, sorry, she's very loud. She's like interrupting. Did I say that out loud? Thank you. So, William III from Shakespeare. The doctor thought the new actress in town was fantastic. Ralph, not so much. So they start arguing. Then Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It gets very ugly, and they go their separate ways. But Ralph is from here, so he goes to his friends at the newspaper. He puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city what he thinks of the doctor. The doctor sees the ad, and he rebuttals with, let's go to Dueller's Alley. We're going to settle this, meaning somebody's going to die. So they come down, they take their 10 paces, they turn around, the doctor points his gun in the air, and he shoots. He did not want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight. However, Ralph has his one shot. Sorry, Patrick, you're the dude in front of me. Puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. The doctor doesn't die either. He falls to the ground. So friends pick him up, they carry him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later after refusing medical treatment. He's a doctor. He probably tried to bleed it out himself. So, kind of keep that in mind. They say as you walk through this alley, you can actually hear the whistles from the doctor. Keep in mind, whenever you're trying to voice record this from your phones and do it for yourselves to see if it's actually there, every local knows this story. Everybody walking up and down Cumberland or on Queen Street on the other side throws a whistle down the alley. So I do it every single night on my way back to my garage. We end there, my garage is right there. So when my daughter's on the tour, we kind of race to see who's going to throw the whistle first. So again, it's not going to be obvious. It's not going to be that obvious. It's going to be very faint and in the background. I used to take my teams down there, and it was all about using the voice recorder to see if there's any whistles going through. Do you have something?
Something just whistled at the same time. It was like a...
So I will, because we're outside the alley, and we're not, I haven't caught anything on the voice recorder, nor have you, to be able to relay that back to me, but I have had songs come through that have whistling in them. What is that? Moves Like Jagger? It's all about whistling at the beginning of that. That's come through. And Guns N' Roses' Patience, I've heard several times, which has a lot of whistling in it. So the fact that you heard whistling is amazing, so thank you for that. We're probably going to have clues from this story for the remainder of our time together. So, y'all want to find out why I got kicked out of this place? Because that's the fun part,
Sure.
right? Yeah, that's the fun stuff. This alley didn't always come all the way through. So it was blocked off, which means the bricks on the other side are older. They're sun-dried bricks from slave children. So, very sad story, but there's a full handprint in one of those bricks and fingerprint swipes in a few of those bricks. And I would always point them out as we're going through the alley when I used to take my tours down there. So, one night, everybody wanted to put a spirit box, an EMF meter, or something around that brick, and I treat it the exact same way I do a grave. That kid is not staring at a brick in the afterlife. There's no point for us to stop. It was just a matter of a point of history for us, like that I would like to show off to show how far we've come. November 26th of 2020, my entire team of 10 decided to huddle around that brick. Well, it was outside a gentleman's dining room window. It's a beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. He was not very happy. So we come out. My daughter thought it was great because Dad's getting screamed at. Yeah. So we moved on. November 27th of that year was Thanksgiving. I was new at this. I'm going to take a holiday off because I worked retail for over 20 years and never had a holiday off. So I did not work on Thanksgiving, but November 28th, Friday, Black Friday, I have a full tour that night, but I got a phone call from the tourism office asking me to either reroute my tour or only go down halfway like everybody else. I'm like, well, that's not fair for my team, so I'm going to reroute. I decided I'm going to tell the story outside of the alley instead. So that night, tickets were much cheaper, and I told my folks, we're going to wing it. We're going to see what happens. I can't wing it anymore, not at these prices, right? I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So I did not tell my folks what we're going to be talking about, but I did tell them we're going to be discussing pirates. And I'm not a pirates person, I'm a vampire guy through and through. I didn't even believe the story that I'm going to tell you later on. But on the way, somebody hears the name Anne. I did not tell them we were going to be investigating Anne Bonny, the famous female pirate. When we get there, after I tell what I know about Anne Bonny, which was very little, somebody hears the number 300. I have no idea what the hell the number 300 means in this space, but I wrote it down and I decided to research it the next day. We were there on November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300-year anniversary of her pirate trial. So I take my folks back there night after night in hopes that we'll capture more evidence. That is a hit or miss location. We either get a ton or we get nothing. The good thing about that location is because of the amount of research that I've done for it, the story is fantastic. So that way, at least you have a very thrilling story to go along with what we're going to be investigating. Where we're going from here, we're going to go up around St. Philip's. We're going to get close to the cemetery. I'm going to see what's going on with the spirit boxes. This is where I let the evidence lead me along the way. The fact that you heard whistling is pretty amazing stuff. Has anybody else seen anything, heard anything? Susan, you got anything?
I heard alley like twice.
Alley twice.
I heard losers alley and just alley.
That's amazing.
Losers?
That's good stuff. You got anything else?
Just really good stuff.
Carol?
It's also
I know you've been
recorded.
listening to me.
I know.
What's the last word on there? Step.
There's also some other ones. My mother was
Yeah, I got nothing.
smart.
But you have step. So the interesting thing about step is you have to take X amount of steps in a duel. So if somebody has that specific number based on the rule book of dueling, then I'll be very excited. So most people think it's 20 paces. It's actually 10 paces in the opposite direction. So it's 20 total. So again, yeah, I do my research. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing out here.
You're a dueler.
We're going to actually use that at the very last space. So we got like one more little stop that we're going
So
to do.
this is where you're not allowed to go now. People are watching it, but they just don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to get caught again.
up there on the back wall.
I know, right? Probably should be. So, whistling. Loser's Alley. I like that. That's pretty cool. And then Alley again. Yeah, I think we're good. So, we can stop the recordings if you want. Kind of give yourself a little break again. So, hit that circle for me. And that's where we can go this way. Yeah, so I normally tell the camera to go there.
It's cool on the other side.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to get close to the power line.
Let her know that you are one of her people, Miss Anne.
Are you ready?
And do you like Irishmen?
You ready?
Yeah.
Really slow. I'm gonna go all the way to the end and then we'll circle back.
Okay. Nothing so far.
No, did you say something?
I didn't say anything.
Nope.
I thought you like called me.
No.
I heard somebody say, "Hey Nick."
Wasn't us.
Uh-oh.
That's creepy though.
Well, my name actually shows up a lot here because obviously the judge
Yeah.
has the same name
Yeah.
as me.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the powder magazine is another judge named Nicholas. And that was his cottage while he was waiting for his house to be renovated. But they named it the Nicholas Trott House. But he didn't actually live there. It was just kind of his Airbnb waiting for his space to be done.
Oh,
Just
nice.
chilling.
Yeah, but
Named
the
after him,
Dock Street
lucky.
Theater is where that house used to sit. So they can't give that history of Nicholas Trott, because he was our first Chief Justice of the United States. They can't give that to Dock Street Theater because it has its own history.
Right.
So they put it over here. So it's kind of a misnomer.
That's
How weird is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody lives there now. Like it's a house.
Right,
like it goes all the way back to the cemetery. And these are apartments.
I know, I see the AC units over there, and I was wondering, like, everybody's gonna be living up
I
here.
can't even
then,
imagine like living in like somewhere with like an area that's active.
That would be creepy.
I mean,
I don't think you could live there.
I
No.
honestly wish
Any
my new
bump in the
house
night.
had some kind of activity. I
I
haven't
know.
checked anything yet, but
We've actually moved out of a place before because she said she's seen ghosts there, and
It was
okay,
really
well,
bad.
we're gonna move next
It
year.
wasn't.
then when
It
our lease
wasn't.
is up.
It wasn't anything like it. I didn't get bad vibes. It just was like I just am not comfortable having you walk down
Right.
my halls all the time.
Right. Right.
so
Freaking
that's when
me
you
out.
just chit chat with her.
Yep.
Tell them to get the hell out of there.
Please
Yeah.
leave.
You can try.
Well,
You never know what they're gonna do.
for Washington,
Well,
it was
I
an
know,
old
and I have
house.
all the gear.
Yeah.
And this isn't all the stuff I use.
Yeah.
I just bring the electronics to the tour so you guys actually have verification.
Right.
But I have like spirit boards and pendulums and all that mess that I
Oh,
use too.
so cool.
But I mean, this is life for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I read books about
Yeah.
death and
Yeah.
your light's not on.
Oh, Liv, you're supposed
No,
to.
she's fine. She's got other ones that are on.
Oh, okay.
It's just this one is easy to like knock it. Like if she
I'm
knocked
sure
it with a light.
I probably
Yeah,
turned
have
it
it all
off.
the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I write books about the afterlife, fiction, and then
Yeah.
I have the blog and the podcast, and then there's this.
What's your podcast?
Same thing, Stories in a Cemetery.
Yeah.
It's actually how
Okay.
this got started. Was somebody recruited me out of my 6-figure job to come do this.
Oh, way better.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I'm using my degrees.
Yeah.
I'm a writer.
Yeah.
That's what I went to school for. So.
It's just so fun. I'm obsessed
And
with this.
I get to write all of this stuff off, so that's why I just keep updating
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I am a sole
Good for
prop,
you.
and so I get to do the
You know what
same
you're
thing. Right off.
I think that we should stay on this wall line.
You know, this wall is giving me some like interesting feelers. I don't know. I wonder if you do that, I probably have to go here.
Okay, I want to move along this wall though. I have to keep it really low.
Okay. Oh, they got something pretty good. Sure. Okay. Okay, watch me on the side, otherwise you can't see it. Mm-mm.
Let's go towards these trees.
You okay?
Nothing yet.
Mm-mm.
One thing in the beginning, it wasn't recording.
You guys got a good system now.
Yeah, we're doing cross paths. We didn't try this ball.
What colors do you see? Lasers are badass, aren't they?
So bad.
This one's really cool, the green one. We're just doing on the walls, on the ground. See if we can see anything.
Pretty stoked. Like, we have a lot going on right now, and I do want to keep a couple of these places going. We're getting a little bit of a
Looking up.
This is again not depicting
Not a lot.
took a lot of EMF readings, so if something does occur, I'm very excited. We had the word war show up on Susan's face, so hopefully when you look into the number 7, how many wars.
Just hold it, and I'll just like go like this. Just hold
So,
it.
yeah, 7, you'll hear on the audio why it's always relevant in this location, but from Philadelphia Alley here, 7 shows up all the time. It's a lot of relative things, but I always need a secondary clue, like wars, to be able to verify what's actually going on. Is there a fight going on over there? Or that's just a very loud tour guide? It's just like a very loud tour guide. I don't know why these guys make their voices that way. I like the more intimate, very cool stuff. So, what else am I excited about? I'm excited about hearing Ann. Like, we finally got something on the FP7, like, I'm excited about that.
Okay.
And why don't you guys just tell us what happened? Because you guys tell it better than I do. So tell what question you asked and what answer did you get.
Yeah. Just said the end.
Oh, it's at the end?
Right after you said.
You know, when I huddle you guys up, it's getting close.
Yeah.
So, basically, Betsy asked where Anne came from, what city in Ireland.
That went all the way up.
Immediately, Maggie hears the Irish circle. First off, I'm excited alone that she heard the word Irish, so I'm stoked about that. But as we kind of figured out, the city of Cork, which is where Anne came from, is in that lower am I saying that right? Cicero?
It's in the south. It's called the Ring of Kerry. It's like it's a drive you can do.
Okay. But apparently Cork is right in the middle of it. So I'm going to be giving you a snapshot of the map just because it's very fun when you're looking at that kind of stuff when things actually show up relevance that way. We did hear Anne. I don't think you guys gave me any EMF readings. You got a couple of little blips on the motion, but again, nothing like super significant where it was like you were asking for a color and got it. I think that was about it, but that's like very significant. That's why I said keep listening while we're over here huddled up. I'm not going to collect the devices yet, but I do want to get you the answers because you're already starting to get some of them on your own anyway. What was the last couple of words that you had while I'm pulling this tablet out?
Island.
You got island?
Mm-hmm. Island.
So that's relative in 2 ways. Where is the doctor from?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Oh, right.
Not to mention all
Ireland.
Yeah.
So, is it an island? Is that like an island?
Well, not to mention, I mean, let's face where the pirates went. They went to islands. I mean, that's how Cuba, they're all considered islands.
Right, yeah.
So, again, what else you got? This is good stuff.
Island, call, reach, society, favor, great, improved, limit, loose, signature, disappear, French.
Okay. Yeah, that was when we were across the street. So the word signature would be interesting, depending on the timestamp of it, just because we were next to Charles Pinckney's signer.
No, I didn't. Should I
across
stop?
the street. So she has signer on there, so that's pretty cool. So I'll dive into that. So the first thing I'd like to show you is Anne Bonny's mugshot. I'm going to go around the horn. I'd like to point out that this is one of the few pictures you can actually see of her with a shirt on. She used to bare her breast to the men she killed to show that she was just killed by a woman. I get a lot of teenage boys on this tour. I don't need any